We're going to start off here the same as we've been doing. We need to select the section tag, open the curly brace, then close it. Let's give this section a background color of 255, 215, 215, which will be a reddish white. Save and take a look in our browser. So I see a few things going on here. Firstly, our CSS is working correctly. We have this light red box as the background to the section. But let's take a look at the text here. It's all very close to the edges on the top and bottom, and it's even touching the left edge. I don't like that. I want to show you a little picture here. This is what every single element or tag looks like. We already worked a little bit with margins. We're not going to work with borders on this demonstration, but you could imagine a border going around the outside of this light red section over here. The center is the content, and between the content and the border is something called padding. Padding is what we need to add now, and I'll show you how. In the section tag, we're going to add a padding, colon, 10 pixels, space, 100 pixels. Now what I did here, I've used one property, which is padding, and two values. That's because I've used a little shorthand CSS. We could write this another way, which would be padding-top, then padding-bottom, padding-left, and padding-right, and give each its own specific value. But this here is a shorthand. Basically the way it works is if you only make one value, then it applies to all four sides. If you put two values, the first of the values applies to the top and bottom, and the second one applies to the left and right. So here, we have a top and bottom at 10 pixels each, and a left and right at 100 pixels each. Let's save and take a look in our browser. And now everything is moved off the edges and looks a little nicer, but I still want to do two things. Firstly, I want to change the colors of both the h2 tag and the p tag, and also I want to center this h2 tag here. So back in Notepad, we're going to select the h2 tag inside of the section tag, always open and close the curly brace, and then we'll make the text align center, like we did before. And let's give this a color of 0, 100, 150, which is similar to the one in the header above, but it'll be a little bit darker. Then, let's make a section P, and open and close the curly brace, and give this a color of RGB 0, 150, 50. The color selections might not be the best in the world, but pay attention to the general format I've made here. We have a section background with a reddish color. If I were to put red text on a red background, you wouldn't be able to see it. So the H2 and P tags both have no red, and they contrast each other because the H2 has a little more blue and the P has a little more green. Also, because the background is a very light color, the text has a slightly darker color. Let's save and take a look. You can see that this box might not look incredibly nice, but everything is very easy to see. And if you look above at this H2 tag, it's a blue on a blue background, and somewhat blends in. And this is just one of those little development techniques that you learn over time if you aren't familiar with any type of graphic design or artistry.